All right, welcome to the next lesson. In this lesson, we're talking about designing your character. We're going to explore the concept of your higher self, your second self, essentially the version of yourself that you are striving to become. And it's not really a becoming, it's more a being. Because reality doesn't respond to what we want, it responds to who we are. Right? What does that mean? It means that your current thoughts, your current emotions, your current behaviors, your current skills, your current beliefs right now, they are the things that are creating your reality. Okay? They are what are creating your results. So this isn't a matter of changing in the future. It's a matter of changing now. Okay? Who you are being is a perfect reflection of the results you're getting. So we want to understand, who do we need to become? In what direction do we need to change our lives? Right? This is your higher self. Your higher self is the version of you who's already living the vision. And the only reason they're living a different life is because they're different from you in key ways. So we're going to understand what those key ways are. Okay? Now, these categories are categories that work for me. If you want to change the names of these categories and approach this from a different angle, you're totally welcome to, right? But the premise will remain the same. We're designing our characters so that we know who we need to become. You know your vision. And now the question, my friend, is not how do I get there? The question, rather, is who do I need to become? Because you understand that in order to change your life, you have to change. So let's understand in what direction we need to change. Objective, live in creative mode. Design your ideal character as if you were playing a video game. The human nervous system is the best haptic suit on the market, at least for now, right? This is almost like a virtual reality game, right? What would you be doing if you weren't so encumbered by fear and insecurity and doubt and self-consciousness, right? You would probably be a savage. You would be doing whatever the hell you want with love in your heart, of course, not, causing suffering in the world, but you would probably be radically different than you are right now. So why not live like that, right? Why not live bravely? You don't get a second turn past go, right? This is the only experience that you have, at least in this form. So let's go after it. To know your higher self, the actualized version of yourself who's already living the vision. My friend, who do you need to become? Let's explore this. So, design your character. Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. For physical, this is going to include things like business and finances, health and fitness, environments, relationships. For business and finance, I might include something like, I want to have a $10 million net worth by 33 years old. I want to have $100,000 a month by September 2026. That's 3 years from now, through my personal brand, right? By 33 years old, I will have a net worth of 10 million plus. Net worth of 10 million plus. Beautiful. By 40, my goal is to will have a net worth of 30 million plus. Beautiful, right? It's like, what are your financial goals? I want to be coaching. I want to be teaching, speaking. I want to be investing a lot of cash every single month into NFTs and crypto and real estate and my own education and courses and all this good stuff, right? So like, this is going to look different for me because I'm, kind of going the entrepreneurship route. But like, if you're a triathlete or you're an artist or you're a poet, you still want to have healthy finances and business. So what does that look for you, right? Just get really clear. And again, this isn't about you, right? It's not what does it look for me. What does it look now already for my higher self, right? Because this version of you already exists in imagination. They are already living that life, right? If you can imagine it, it means it's already in existence, no? Right? If you can perceive it, isn't that reality? Or is your imagination somehow separate from the rest of the cosmos? I think the imagination is very much part of the universe. It's not some separate entity. How could it be, right? So if I'm having some visualization, some experience, then that thing is in existence now, right? And in that same way, the character that is living that vision is in existence now. So this isn't about who do I need to become. It's who is already living this vision, right? Who is my higher self? Great. Health and fitness. This might include for me elite cardiorespiratory health. I want to live long, right? And so with technologies right now, we're going to live, very long. I want to have a personal trainer, trainer that keeps me shredded. I want to have a personal chef. I want to eat reishi and chaga and lion's mane mushrooms. I want to employ a biohacker, somebody who's going to just take care of all my supplements and, make it super easy for me. And who's going to take my blood samples and all that good stuff. That's my health and fitness, right? Again, this is going to be different for you. That's fine. What is it for you? Environments. Environments is like, this can be confusing. It was confusing for me in the beginning, but your environments is pretty much like, what environments is your higher self in? Like, they're probably in fancy restaurants. They're probably around successful business people. Environments, hotels, business class airfare, right? Environments like masterminds, like conferences, right? With the meeting of the minds of the whole world. I want to be in retreats like yoga and breath work, right? What are those environments for you? Get clear, okay? You don't have to stay in your geography. You might need to do that right now, right? But once you have this certain activation energy, then you can launch yourself into new congruent environments, right? Let's say that right now, you can't afford fancy restaurants or hotels and the nice airfare and that stuff, right? There's still places to start with environments, right? Like, what is your digital circle of mentors like? Who are you following? What information are you consuming? Because your environments are going to affect your reality, obviously. Relationships might include like long-term friendships. I want to have, maybe you want to have like high-value friends, guys and girls. Maybe you want to have like a beautiful woman in your life. Maybe you want to have a wife and kids and a large extended family. What relationships do you have, my friend? Maybe you want to have relationships with poets and artists and musicians and professors. Like, what is that for you? What are those relationships that your higher self has? Cool. So we're clear on the physical. Let's get mental. Again, these categories, you're welcome to rename them. These are the names that I like. Mental, intellectual, speaking, writing, teaching, coaching. Maybe I'm writing a book, writing books. Intellectual pursuits, podcasting, right? I want to be sparring verbally with people who are more intelligent than I, right? What are your intellectual pursuits? Essentially, like, you have a genius, okay? You have gifts that you need to bring to the world. And I would suggest that to strive to bring those gifts in whatever form they are is going to be a very rewarding and meaningful path. Okay, because that is part of self-actualization, right? It's like becoming our best selves mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in every single way. So what is your intellectual pursuits? And if this is not intellectual for you, it could be creative, right? It could be something, artistic. That's fine. Mind-bending. Mind-bending is my phrase, my term for things like auto-suggestion. So it's like regularly practices auto-suggestion. What else? Something like, affirmations, journaling, subconscious programming, right? Writes down limiting beliefs. Like, what is that for you, right? Mind bending, I don't think it'll vary too much from person to person. I think that, if you're on this path of creating your ideal reality, you'll probably have to work on things like subconscious programming and limiting beliefs. And, I have a lot of content on that if you want to explore that more. But great, that's mental. Emotional. right? Relationships, we already covered that. Abilities and qualities, something like, I want to be charismatic. I want to be able to be, like socially free. Like I can be, do, and say whoever I want to be. Right? I can do whatever I want in the world and like not feel awkward or like insecure about it. Charismatic, I want to be romantic and just like, socially intelligent, emotionally intelligent. I want to be non-reactive, right? These are all the qualities of my higher self. I think that my higher self is this person. So who is that for you? Right? Get really clear on your abilities and qualities emotionally. Right? Maybe it's like he's even-tempered, if that's important. Spiritual. For me, spiritual things like, like mission, right? The mission I've identified for myself is like to facilitate the self-actualization of myself and others, right? Essentially, I want to become my best self. I want to document my journey, and I want to help others become their best selves as well. Because it's my belief that when we become our best selves individually, we do so as a collective, right? The path, therefore, to the actualization of our species, of humanity, is the actualization of you and me and our family and everyone around us, right? When we do that, we enter a whole new quantum leap as a civilization. Let me remind you that consciousness is still evolving. We started off with prokaryotes, then eukaryotes, and then we got like more complex organisms. Evolution is not finished. We're still very much evolving, and there's more to come. So, yeah, what's your spiritual, goal? Like, I want to do meditation and retreats. Spiritual goal, I want to be generous. I want to do service. I want to feel like I'm helping the world, right? Helping, evolving, like raising consciousness. What does that mean? Making people more aware, reducing suffering, right? Entrepreneurship is the process of evolving consciousness, in my opinion. All right, so that's it for now, right? So far we've covered your main objective, get results, right? Your dream outcome and long-term vision. That is your medium-term and your long-term goals. We've also covered your higher self, that you now know who your higher self. You've reached across space and time via imagination and shook their hands, and you're like, who the hell is this person? Okay, the next step is going to be becoming them. So I will see you in the next lesson.